ఆల్ ఇండియా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫ్ మెడికల్ సైన్సెస్ ఎయిమ్స్ మంగళగిరి మరో మైలురాయిని సాధించింది. ఈ ఏడాది ఆగస్టు 30న విజయవంతంగా మొదటి కిడ్నీ మార్పిడి చేసిన నెల వ్యవధిలోనే మరొక 2 కిడ్నీ మార్పిడి శస్త్రచికిత్సలను పూర్తి చేసినట్లు సగర్వంగా ప్రకటించింది. మొదటి కిడ్నీ మార్పిడిని 2024 ఆగస్టు 30న విజయవాడకు చెందిన మద్దెల శ్రీరామ్ వృత్తిరీత్యా మెడికల్ రిప్రజెంటేటివ్గా ఉన్న వ్యక్తికి నిర్వహించారు. అతను తన తల్లి మద్దెల శ్యామలాదేవి నుండి ఒక కిడ్నీని పొందాడు. ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లోని నైపుణ్యం గల సర్జన్లు, యూరాలజిస్టు మరియు నెఫ్రాలజిస్టుల సహాయక బృందంతో పాటు ఎయిమ్స్ న్యూఢిల్లీ నుండి నిపుణులైన సర్జన్లు డాక్టర్ వి సీను, డాక్టర్ ఏ కృష్ణ కిడ్నీ మార్పిడి కార్యక్రమానికి మార్గదర్శకత్వం వహించారు. గ్రహీత మరియు దాత పూర్తిగా కోలుకొని ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉన్నారు. అలానే సెప్టెంబర్లో ట్రాన్స్ప్లాంట్ బృందం 2 కిడ్నీ మార్పిడి శస్త్రచికిత్సలు విజయవంతంగా నిర్వహించింది. ఈ నేపథ్యంలో ఎయిమ్స్ మంగళగిరిలో విజయవంతంగా జరిగిన శస్త్రచికిత్సల వివరాలను వెల్లడిస్తూ విలేకరుల సమావేశం జరిగింది. ఈ సమావేశంలో చికిత్స మరియు శస్త్రచికిత్సలు చేయించుకున్న రోగులు తమ అనుభవాలను, అభిప్రాయాలను అందించారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా ఎయిమ్స్ మంగళగిరి డైరెక్టర్ అండ్ CEO డాక్టర్ మధబా నందకర్ సమావేశంలో మాట్లాడారు.
We are holding this press conference. This is only for the patient's benefit, for the people benefit. What AIIMS has achieved, and our Dr. Vamsi has told already. This the few achievements we will tell before I'll go to the specific points. That is one thing, that initially we are having the CGHS charges of our patients, which was higher side. That's why first we used the user charges as per our Delhi AIIMS, Delhi All India Institute of Medical Sciences. This is very minimal charges. This is like, if I am giving example, one before like PET CT was 20,000, now it is only the 750. Like radiotherapy was 1.5 lakhs per patient for whole course, now it is only 750 rupees. That's it. For the patient benefit, we have used the user charges as per our Delhi. Next, all the major important department like cardiology, they started already angiogram, and very soon they will be full-fledgedly, they started like angioplasty, other thing. We started a new department, the super specialty department, cardiothoracic surgeons, they joined. Then the cardiology, surgical gastroenterology, these departments are newly started. It was not before. Then Dr. Vamsi told that this for patient benefit, we are started like a SBI smart card, UPI based payment system. This patient will not stand in the queue for long time for a payment or any investigations. This card system they will give, and they will have their own independence. That's not like anywhere they can put, and they will go for the investigation charges. All these things, we are having grateful for the state government, the new government. They have promised all the support like water, electricity, like second source for the electricity. I met the chief minister when I joined after the new government. They promised, and he already give the responsibility to the respective authorities. They are taking into consideration that providing the adequate water and electricity alternate resource, because this is a very high-end institute giving tertiary care. There should not 24/7 non-stoppage service should be there, electricity supply. That way we will go for the full-fledged institute will function before New Year. We are expecting after getting the water and electricity supply. With this, we started our first commitment, that first kidney transplant on the 30th August 2024. That's the first kidney transplant we have done with the very minimal cost, with the help from our All India Institute of Medical Science, Delhi. As per that, this Delhi will give a hand-holding training system and support system to establish all these high-end services like this, the kidney transplant. And you people must be knowing that fortunately, that senior surgeon who came, he belongs to the state. So both senior surgeons, they belong to state, and they committed. They will give for some time train the whole system and we will provide everything, then we will be independent. But we already started first transplant on 30th, and within 1 month, we have given another 2 kidney transplants. Means within space of 1 month, we completed 3 kidney transplants. This the first kidney transplant was, I am giving this a name, the coordinated committee by Vamsi, MS, all those staffs like new all surgeons, they are committed and they are giving. This is not easy, and we are committed that we will do all the transplant like kidney we started. Next on the pipeline like liver, all these things gradually will do. This is specifically for this kidney transplantation, and you must be knowing that it is so cheap as compared to like corporate hospital system. Someone I heard that the corporate hospital they are charging 25 to 30 lakhs, but here with government support and that insurance system by the state government, that's almost free for the patient. This is like maximum, even government charges less than 2 lakhs. This is the big achievement, and this is the only AIMS in South who started this kidney transplant program. That's why you should be feel proud that this will continue with this organ transplantation milestone started.
Thank you, sir. With your
This is
permission,
good,
we would like to welcome the donor and as well as the recipient of the first live kidney-related transplant.
Demand from you the hospital and how you expect to government to help you.
This is the congratulations whole team, AIMS. Thank you that you are here. You must be knowing that before also we have highlighted, this media already highlighted what is the issue. This is not an issue, already this has been taken very seriously by the current government, especially after I met Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu ji. This is here the 960 bed hospital just like AIMS, Bhubaneswar, Jodhpur, first phase AIMS. This means this is for 960 beds. Any AIMS that criteria is the state government has to give free electricity, water, and communication. That is the road. This year initially problem was there. They have not because there is no direct water supply here. We are now starting by the tankers because they are putting the pipelines, water pipelines. That is minimum 4.5 million liters per day. But now this is 7 million liters. They are giving already 4.5. And because 960 beds, we need full water supply. And this by tankers it is difficult. They say they already taking seriously, not like that they are not doing. It will take some time, 700 meters something. This pipeline is due to some forest land issue. Forest land issue means before it was like phase 1 clearance they are giving, but because of the forest government from central forest government, they started the phase 2 clearance also. That's why this phase delayed. But they are taking this. Second is like electricity. We always see this is the institute which always giving high-end treatments like ICU, operation theaters. Every time we put the AC, everything should be, electricity should be always there. Suppose one source is there, they are giving already adequate electricity, but one source is there. If that source somehow any emergency stopped, or like some natural calamity, then whole hospital will close. That's why this is a mandate that the alternate source should be there. They have taken this issue very seriously and they promised that within 1 or 2 months they will solve it. They are already doing these things. They say to make full-fledged 960 beds, we need this type of like water supply, electricity, alternate electricity. That's why we are taking a calculative risk type we are moving. We'll get it, everything ready, we will start 960 beds. Now it is almost 600 beds we are making functional. And the charges we have changed to minimal charges. There's people already per day, more than 3,000 patients are coming. Initially it was 2,000 and it will go up. Like this is the average footfall, like 3.5 thousand. It may go 5,000, 6,000 when we open all OTs, everything. Because these are the limitations. We are not opening all operation theaters, all beds. This is through waiting. We are waiting something. This will be complete, then we will start everything. And simultaneously, we are doing the interviews. We are increasing the manpower. We are asking for the more manpower, like residents, the faculties, non-teaching staffs. This is the non-faculty staffs, technicians, everyone. In the meantime, it is going on. Because this is a massive organization, is not like this, all tertiary cares you need every time. You can take, oh, there is no manpower, we will stop this. You can, once start means we have to continue. These are the issues. I think now they have promised that is not the issue. This will take some time. I hope that before New Year, we will see that with New Year Eve, we can make whole AIMS full-fledged functional. That is it. And you see, this is the complexity of the surgeries, and I congratulate all the faculties, these very young faculties. You know, this is the outside for any remuneration, everything is there. This is no private practice. They are committed. They are committed taking this type of surgical challenges. So young faculty, this I congratulate them. They all people are working for the people, not like this. And if you see all these faculties, they are very young. It's not like experience, they are committed. And they are doing so complex surgeries, complex treatment like that medicine. Because you should know that these faculties are committed. They will not, otherwise they will not join. Because there's so much in the current era, the private practice, everything is just so, and they are all qualified, not like that they are not doing anything, they are coming here. They are every time coming more than 5,000, 10,000, I think the next 1 or 2 years it may reach up to 7,000, 8,000 every day. We cannot handle. And it's not possible also. But we will give a good ethical consultation and what treatment should be there. That should they get the best of the things. And there may be the waiting list, not like everyone come and get the treatment immediately, but they will get what to do. This is the ethical practice. Even if with a good consultation they go out, no one can block them. Even private, they cannot do the unethical surgery or unethical treatment. That benefit all the people will get. And always you people, at least media has the big responsibility for me actually, at least. I always request media people, they should give the right things to the people. Not like any small cases, they will come and demand for the admission and they will occupy the bed. This is where the major surgical patients or major disease patients, they will be waiting for the bed. These things, this should be judiciously used. Even gradually we are having a lot of things in pipeline. We have taken permission for the separate cancer block, cancer center. We have taken permission from the ministry, the trauma and CCU critical care unit that is dedicated, like 250 beds, this will be more. This is another like maternity child health, we're taking on the pipeline from there, like dental center, School of Public Health, dedicated research block, diagnostic centers. Whatever we are facing problems, we are gradually addressing them. And for that, we are taking permission and approval from the central government time to time. Our like standing finance committee, this year they have given more than 1,000 crores, like 2 centers, very high-end diagnostic centers. All this year we are trying. This is not a one-day job, and the institute within such small span, they are doing so wonderfully and creating already benchmark in the south. You people should be happy that this is all for the people of Andhra and surrounding. You tell, suppose we are having now 600 beds. Now people are coming 3,500. And every day we cannot admit everyone. Suppose someone is admitted, then we will treat him first. That is, we are already bed filled up. And here there is our guideline, we cannot put the patient on ground like state medical colleges, that they can put in the ground. That is not in AIMS. Because it's the dignified way, we have trained the doctors also according to residents. Patient, we cannot treat them like putting the patient in the ground. But we will investigate, we will do treatment planning, everything. But as per the bed, we will admit. Rest, always we give them to the good hospitals you go. We cannot refer to the private hospitals. Next good hospital is your government hospital is Guntur Medical College. That's why if you'll see in Delhi also, in all medical states, the usually that AIMS built with nearby any medical colleges. Because this is the AIMS cannot admit patients and putting them in the ground, on the floor. That is the guideline and that is the AIMS criteria. Because patients are always the, for us the guru. This is the best, they are for guru, for our doctors. And they are highly respected thing. That is the first thing. Second thing, we cannot discharge and keep the admission like that. And this is the tertiary care level hospitals. Maximum patients refer to this. And second thing, always we are getting cases the complicated. No one will do anything, they will go there in AIMS. Not only Mangalagiri, everywhere the same situation. That's why we cannot take it. No? Like suppose emergency, we are having 60 beds. And now this is like any emergency or accident, this epidemic now. Everyone will come because this is the best center, giving the best treatment. Everyone will come here. But it's not possible that we can keep everyone. But we will give the tribal treatment first. Then we have to refer because we don't have the bed. This is not like this is a fault with the doctors, fault with the administration. This is the limitations. But we will give the good advice and we can suggest to go where to go. That way, and we are now planning that we will develop a networking system. We can communicate them. This is the situation. Everything we have planned. Then we send the patients like that.
Everyone, and thank you for being here to celebrate this significant milestone of our institute. And I'm very honored to be here today in front of you all. And as you all know, the kidney transplant is one of the best form of treatment of kidney failure patient, as you all know. And today we celebrated our first transplant successfully completed. And another 2 transplant also, you want to show in that? They are there. Today is the 6th day and they are doing very well. So this achievement, this is not only the milestone of our medical achievement, but this achievement brings hope to many patients and their families in Andhra Pradesh, especially those who cannot afford, because this treatment is very costly. In the private, it will be not less than 10 lakhs rupees, even under the Arogyasri. So all these underprivileged, economically underprivileged people, and this is made possible through the financial help, through this, we have now NTR by the trust and the Ayushman Bharat scheme from the state government and the central government. So as for the Sriram has already explained everything, he is doing good. But of course, this patient has to continue for immunosuppression, so we have to be very careful about that. So we are grateful for the trust our patients place in us, and their journey inspires us, because this is the first institute and he came and he has a lot of trust on whole institute, and therefore he came. Otherwise he could have been gone anywhere. So we are very grateful to our patients for and this success is a testament to the dedication of our surgeon under the leadership of Professor Srinu sir from AIIMS Delhi, and all our surgeons, the urologists, Dr. Bhargav, Dr. Mallikarjun, and all the surgical teams, and the anesthesia team under the guideline, under the leadership of Dr. Shrupriya Madam. Then of course, our nursing officers and all the support system, particularly the housekeeping staffs, and of course our transplant coordinators. And their teamwork and expertise were crucial in the making this possible. The journey to this achievement involved months of preparation, research, and teamwork. Under the leadership of our director, sir, we overcome many challenges. Our dean, our DDA was our support.
That's clear,
Ma'am, we'll,
1 minute.
yes, ma'am, please come.
మా బాబు కిడ్నీ ప్రాబ్లంతో ఇబ్బంది పడుతున్నాడు. ఉత్తరాదాస్ మేడం డయాలసిస్ చేస్తా, ఇక్కడ ఆపరేషన్ చేస్తామని అడిగితే మేము చేస్తామన్నారు మేడం. చేస్తామంటే టెస్టులు చేయించుకోమన్నారు. టెస్టులు స్టార్ట్ చేసాము. స్టార్ట్ చేసాక అంతా బాగుందమ్మా చేస్తా అన్నారు. ఆపరేషన్ చేశారు. చాలా బాగుంది, హెల్త్గా చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నాను. బాబు కూడా చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉన్నాడు. ఏ ప్రాబ్లం ఏమీ లేదండి, అన్నీ బాగానే ఉన్నాయి. బాగా చేశారు అన్ని ఆపరేషన్ కానీ మేడం అంతా బాగా పర్మిషన్లు అన్నీ బాగా చూసుకున్నారు, బాగా చేశారు.
ఒకటి ఇబ్బంది పడుతున్నా. సో కంటిన్యూస్గా వీక్లీ 3 times డయాలసిస్ జరగడం అనేది జరుగుతుంది అండర్ ఉత్తరదాస్ మ్యామ్. సో ఫైనల్లీ ట్రాన్స్ప్లాంటేషన్కి ప్రిపేర్ అవుతుంటే మ్యామ్ నేను చేస్తామన్నారు. సో మేడం మీద నమ్మకంతో అండ్ మేము ముందుకి వెళ్ళడం జరిగింది టెస్ట్లన్నీ చేయించుకొని. సో August 13 మాకు సర్జరీ జరగడం అనేది జరిగింది. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను బాగున్నా, డయాలసిస్ అనేది లేదు, అండ్ మా మదర్ కూడా బాగున్నారు. అండ్ థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ ఫర్ హూ సపోర్టెడ్ మీ ఫర్ దిస్ సర్జరీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ.